Well, we are flying through September at a pretty rapid pace, and October is starting to knock on the door. Game Pass has had a very strong September so far, and the remainder of this month and into October looks to be absolutely stacked with games as well. Today, Xbox have announced 11 brand new Xbox Game Pass games coming in September and into October. Remember, we do have the Tokyo Game Show this week, and we should hear of more games coming soon, so make sure you subscribe to keep up to date on all things Xbox. Now, let's cover these brand new games. First up, we had a brand new party game that is coming to Game Pass day one. I have personally had hands-on with this game through the Xbox Insider program for some time, and that is the hilarious and cuddly Party Animals. This game will pit players in a multitude of distinct maps as downright adorable characters and make you battle against each other in hilarious ways with flinging body parts and wacky physics. The wobbly physics and controls do take a moment to get used to, but once you do, the over-the-top action and environmental hazards can be used to KO any opponent. With any party game, this is better to play with friends than with randoms online. However, with 3 main modes, it's a great time all round and will keep you smiling throughout. Definitely give this new party game a go when it drops onto Game Pass on the 20th of September. Now, this next game is one that many have been highly anticipating for years, and we are finally getting the next entry. Payday 3 promises to up the ante in even more ways than its previous exclusive stint. Payday is one of the most recognizable cult franchises in all of gaming to date, and even though this next outing does not blow us away visually, the developers are certainly adding a whole bunch of new locations, weapons, and ways to rob banks and stop the police from catching you. As to be expected with any Payday game, you can either go in guns blazing or choose to take a more stealthy and strategic approach to robbing banks. This time the game will have 6 playable characters at launch with an enormous amount of weapons, an expansive skill tree, customized outfits, and so much more. Many previews of this game have already stated that it has a wide variety of content, and that is only good news for all of us gamers. This launches onto Game Pass on September 21st. Cocoon is possibly going to be one of the biggest indie hits of this year, and that is due to how beautiful looking it is and how mysterious this puzzle platformer will be. This is coming from one of the lead gameplay designers behind Limbo and Inside, so it's at no surprise that many have high hopes about this game. Cocoon will take us all on an adventure across worlds within worlds by using its core mechanics, which enables gamers to manipulate puzzles around them and jump in between worlds seamlessly. From the gameplay we've seen so far, the world design looks absolutely outstanding with varied environments, and the puzzles do look like they will keep our heads whirring for some time. It's not long now until we get to play this new indie title as it launches day one onto Game Pass on the 29th of September. One game that I'm very surprised to see launching so soon onto Xbox Game Pass is Lamplighters League. This was announced only a few months ago at the Paradox Interactive Showcase, and it is an Xbox exclusive strategy game similar akin to the XCOMs of the world. The Lamplighters League is set in an alternative version of the 1930s and tasks players with putting a stop to the Banished Court, a cult that spent a millennia trying to take over the world. Discussing this game, the game director Christopher Rogers has said that the game is all about weaving tactical gameplay that challenges your mind with narrative and characters that engage your heart. This game looks really fantastic, and it's great to see a brand new creative IP coming day one onto Game Pass, and you can play it on October 3rd. Now, one game that didn't get a great reception at launch due to the fairly lackluster visuals and capped 30 FPS is the actually pretty decent Gotham Knights. I know many will still dismiss this title due to the problems at launch, but the general story and gameplay itself are actually alright. To provide you with a basic overview of the story, basically Batman is dead and a new expansive criminal underworld has swept the streets of Gotham City. You will now get to play as the new Batman family, who are Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood and Robin, and it's your job to protect Gotham. This game has some pretty good combat, as to be expected with any game coming from Warner Brothers, but ultimately most of your time is spent exploring this open world in either solo or co-op play whilst doing tasks and following the story. It's fairly decent when you don't compare it to its largely successful brethren, but then again, you can try it on Game Pass when it launches on 3rd of October. Now, this next game is one that I will be covering nearer to launch, so make sure you subscribe, and that is Warhammer 40k Darktide. This is the next entry into the Warhammer universe by Fatshark, and instead of the fantasy realms of old, it takes us into the future, into the dark and gritty city of Tertium. In this game, you'll have to take back the city from hordes of bloodthirsty foes in this intense and brutal action shooter. This is the latest cult-focused experience from the team behind the Vermintide series, but it didn't do too well on release due to poor bugs and performance. Since the release, the developers have seemed to have massively overhauled the game, providing more content and tightening up the gameplay experience. Many are still mixed on this game, but you will get to try it and kill waves of chaos when it drops onto Xbox Game Pass on October 4th. I know that many Xbox fans are incredibly hyped for this next exclusive, and it needs absolutely no introduction. FORZA Motorsport is one of the leading brand names when it comes to sim racing, and this entry has been made from the ground up with brand new graphics, cars, gameplay, and real-time ray tracing on track. This really does look like the one racing sim to rule them all, and every gameplay snippet and trailer we have seen looks as though it's amplified everything that gamers wanted. The new multiplayer offering will make it easier for new gamers to jump in and has a lot more depth for returning players. And now we get to drive in a set of over 500 plus cars at launch, which is absolutely staggering. Looks at the new damage and AI engine look very promising, and I cannot wait to race on launch. You can get early access by purchasing the premium edition or the premium add-ons bundle if you're a Game Pass subscriber, and if you would like to save some money, then I have something for you. Now, we all love saving money, especially when it comes to games, and with that I have partnered with Xbox, and I am running a discount over at xboxnation.co.uk so you can save money on games, gift cards, and Game Pass subscriptions. You can use code XBOXNATION5 in all caps at checkout to get 5% off any purchase store-wide, and this will run until the end of September. Now, after saving you all some money, let's dive straight into the remaining games. All you strategy and sim management fans can rejoice in October as we are finally getting Cities Skyline 2 on the 24th of October. The first Cities Skylines is beloved by many gamers out there, and is essentially a city builder but with incredibly deep mechanics, a satisfying and addictive gameplay loop, and outstanding mod support. The game has now been going on for over 8 years, and I was wondering if we would ever get a new game, and to my surprise, we are. So far, from what we have seen, the new Cities Skylines 2 will challenge your decision-making skills and allow you to build the cities of your dreams. The improved mechanics promised include a better AI, a map that's now 5 times the size of the original game, realistic climates and seasons, and even more natural disasters. This brings a whole new depth to the game and really emphasizes the realistic overhaul that many have desired. A very cool indie dropping onto Game Pass soon gives me Don't Starve vibes, and that is MINEKO'S Night Market. This is a game that celebrates Japanese culture whilst introducing a heartwarming story about friendship, tradition, and many cats. You will take control and play as Mineko, a curious girl who has just arrived at her new home. The story consists of superstitious locals on the island worshipping the sun cat, but with recent sightings leaves them all puzzled, and it's your mission to find out why and who it is. Along your way, you will discover the secrets behind the town and restore this struggling village to its former glory. Whilst doing this, you will manage your daily activities, complete various jobs, venture on whimsical quests, and craft particular items in preparation for the weekly night market. This game takes place across 4 seasons, with the environments changing, and it looks absolutely wonderful. It comes to Xbox Game Pass day 1 on October 26th. Now, a game that really made me chuckle whilst watching the Xbox Gamescom showcase a few weeks ago was Headbangers Rhythm Royale. You may be wondering what you're looking at on screen right now, and that is the best reaction to it, as it just looks absolutely hilarious. Essentially, this is, and I cannot believe these words are coming out of my mouth, a battle royale rhythm game. You and 29 other pigeons will compete against each other in rhythmic battles whilst trying to complete your quest of becoming the master headbanger. We talk about some unique titles, and I tell you what, I'm incredibly excited to this game. Indie devs bring us some cool experiences that we've never seen before, and I'm all for some musical pigeons. The devs have promised 23 minigames at launch across 4 rounds, and more will be coming down the line. It dances its way onto Game Pass day 1 on the 31st of October, just in time for Halloween. This next game is one that I'm incredibly hyped to play, as the visuals and gameplay look utterly fantastic. Jusant is a climbing game where you reach and grab with each arm independently, and you need to carefully manage your stamina while scaling a huge vertical fantasy world. You will explore a series of dusty abandoned structures carved into the cliff face, and slowly reading notes and solving puzzles to piece together the story of its long gone residents. The trailer shows more of that world, including higher parts of the climb that look look almost entirely different, and cliff faces will be covered in green fauna and other different biomes. Many gamers who have had hands-on with this game state how well crafted the world is and how much of a relaxing and chill experience you will enjoy. I cannot wait to climb into Jusant, and it flies onto Game Pass very soon on October 31st. The remainder of September and the month of October are looking great for Xbox Game Pass. Let me know what you're rating these offerings down in the comments below. Like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more Xbox content every single week. Whilst here, check out these awesome third-person shooters you can play right now on Xbox Game Pass.